morning everyone, and welcome to our next live Facebook video from Women's Health and Wellbeing Services in Gosnells. My name's Janet, and today's topic is all about how to create healthy sleeping habits. So if you're looking for ways to get better quality sleep, ideas on how to fall asleep better, and ways to stay asleep so that you can wake up refreshed, feeling energized and able to stay alert and capable during your day, then I have some practical tips to share with you. So today's screening is live. If you are joining me, you're welcome to chat by adding some questions, and I'll be happy to try and respond to those as we go along. Fantastic. I can see that I'm up on our Facebook page now. That's what I was pausing about. So we all want to live an active, healthy lifestyle and to be able to cope with the daily stresses and demands that are placed upon us, particularly if we're women and we have families, we're juggling work, home commitments, family stresses. So today's session is all about giving you some practical tips. There may be things that you've heard before, but it will be very useful to have a reminder about these things, and you might go away from this session thinking, oh, that's right, I have heard that idea before, but I'd forgotten to put it into practice. So we're going to look at some of the ways that you can make positive change in your daily habits, which will give you a better night's sleep, resulting in more vitality and energy during the day. Does that sound good? Sounds great to me. All right, so as an adult, we should be aiming for 8 hours of sleep per night. And that's really to give our bodies a chance to restore, revitalise, for our muscles to regenerate, for our body to truly relax and rest. So there is no point in wearing a badge of honour by saying, you know, I worked 20 hours a day, I could only sleep for 4 hours a night. There is just no value in that. Sleep is so important to our overall health, and getting that 8 hours, aiming for 8 hours, is vital for the biology of our body to recuperate and regenerate and be ready to be productive for the next day. It's probably one of the most underrated pillars of health. Just as we have to pay attention to our physical activity, our nutrition, our stress management, all these other aspects in our life, sleep has to be given the same amount of attention to give us all-round health and well-being in our life. So, understandably, this can be easier said than done. There are many people that experience different forms of what we call insomnia. So there are those that have trouble falling asleep. There are those who may wake in the early hours of the morning at sort of 2 or 3 and then have trouble going back to sleep. There are those that may experience frequent waking during the night, so the sleep quality is broken throughout the evening. And that could be due to a number of reasons, like having to wait to go to the toilet, or getting up to attend to young children, or something that's completely unexplained. And the other one is that some people just simply have poor quality sleep, and so they wake up the next day feeling groggy, grumpy, and just can't function with the daily demands. So, and some people can have a combination of those things. So if you can relate to any of these, there are definitely some tips that I can offer to offer you some relief in your daily routine. So having said that, there are also lots of reasons why people's sleep can be disturbed, and some of them are part of our lifestyle, some of them are very difficult to avoid. For example, if you're a shift worker and you need to sleep during the day, you'll have all sorts of difficulties with background noises, or your circadian rhythm is thrown out of whack. So that's definitely one category of people who are affected by poor sleep. It's also fair to say that parents of new babies or young children who have to get up regularly to feed and attend to their children are deeply affected by interrupted sleep. And as a mother myself, I can relate to those years of just feeling exhausted, grumpy, not able to think straight, and it really impacted on my quality of life for quite a number of years. So young parents or parents of young children absolutely are affected or have their sleep affected. The other types of people that may have sleep deprivation are those that are experiencing chronic pain or acute illness. Obviously, without the body being able to relax and rest fully at night, there's going to be frequent waking throughout the night time. And it's also a really common, sleep disturbance is a really common symptom of anybody who's going through mental illness, such as grief, anxiety, depression, high levels of stress. It's really difficult for the body to balance and restore when we're going through those stressful times in our life. If you have a partner who snores next to you in the same bed or the same room, that could potentially also disturb your sleep. And also hearing external noises, such as a dog barking next door, or if you have high frequency of traffic in your street, those things can also cause you to wake during the night. And something that's probably more prevalent in today's society is the constant use of electronic devices. They disturb our body's natural circadian rhythm. We're constantly exposed to the blue light from computer screens, mobiles, iPads, tablets. And so our brain is constantly on alert and not realising through the natural cycles of the sun going down that it's night time and it's ready to sleep. So that's one of the strategies that we'll be looking at. So lots of different factors that can impact on sleep disturbance. Many of those things are within our control, but some of them are not. And so that's really important to be kind to ourselves and to accept what can be changed and what can't be changed, and perhaps having a conversation with people around you that might be affecting your sleep patterns, and to see if they can provide you some support and assistance as well. All right, so let's launch into some of the ideas of what we can do to create healthy sleep habits. And this term sleep hygiene is one that you may have come across before, and that simply talks about the lifestyle habits and the environmental factors that impact on the quality of your sleep. So if you create a good sleep hygiene or sleep routine so that you can achieve good quality sleep during the night, you'll wake up feeling refreshed, focused, more patient, tolerant, able to cope with the stresses of the day ahead of you. So here are some of the ideas of what you can try for yourself. And all of these ideas are listed in a blog on our Facebook page. So you can just sit back and listen, and after the video you can go to our website and print off my blog. The ideas today I'd like to acknowledge are from a book by author Janny Goss, who's a beautiful laughter lady. She brought laughter yoga to Perth in Western Australia, and she's very passionate about health and well-being. And she's written this gorgeous book called Love, Laughter and Longevity, and she covers all sorts of topics in here about how to live a more fulfilled and healthy lifestyle, and one of her chapters covers sleep. So the ideas from today have been drawn from Janny's book. Thank you, Janny. I've also been following Dr. Mark Hyman's podcasts, and he has a fabulous one on sleep, which I'll provide a link to after this video in our Facebook page. Dr. Hyman is an American physician and a world leader in functional medicine, and he has also written many books about all aspects of health and well-being. But there was a particular podcast that he released last year about sleep, which I've taken some ideas from, so I'd like to acknowledge Dr. Mark Hyman's work. And I'll also provide a link to his website, because he also has an 8-part sleep masterclass. So if you'd like to dive into this topic in a lot more depth than I'm going to cover, you may be able to subscribe to his masterclass, which is an online course that you can listen to at your own pace, and it's very, very useful. So let's kick off. Let's have a look at some of the ideas that you can apply to creating healthy sleeping habits. As I mentioned earlier, aim for 8 hours of sleep. So essentially we spend 1/3 of our lives asleep to be able to, as I said, restore and retain our alertness for the next day. Sleep is also really important for regulating our hormones. It balances our blood sugar levels, it regulates our mood and our body weight. So if you're experiencing multiple health conditions, sleep is crucial to be one of the considerations for you to look at when you're looking at your overall health concerns. So aiming for 8 hours of sleep per night. And this is one of the ways that you can support the 8 hours of sleep is to try and set yourself a regular sleep and wake time each day. So again, it's coming back to the natural biological rhythms of our body. In generations gone by, people would go to sleep shortly after the sun went down, and they'd be rising with the sun in the morning. So in our modern society, we need to find a similar rhythm by setting ourselves the same sleep time each night and the same waking time, and that will create a rhythm for your body. Another great strategy is to exercise regularly. Not only does it help to release stress from our body, it reoxygenates our muscles and our brain and brings about a lot more ease and peace, so that at the end of the day we are more relaxed and able to rest. However, it is recommended not to exercise too late in the day, because it could be stimulating your mind and your blood levels too much before you're trying to go to sleep. For those of you who enjoy a coffee or caffeinated drinks, it is recommended to avoid caffeine, especially late in the afternoon. So after 2 o'clock, if you cut back on your caffeine, you may notice that will improve your ability to sleep during the night. In addition to caffeine, alcohol may help you to relax, to go off to sleep. However, it reduces your sleep quality because it is increasing your heart rate and interfering with your other bodily functions when they should be in a state of rest. So if you're a regular consumer of alcohol and you'd like to try a month without drinking alcohol to see if that has an improvement on your sleep, then that's your challenge after this video. It's also recommended that for our digestive system to rest in the night, that we don't eat 3 hours prior to bedtime. So in our society these days, we're often very busy and having late meals, so we're going to bed on a full stomach, and that's interfering with our circadian rhythm and our ability to rest. So if you can modify your evening meal time to be earlier and perhaps only have light snacks prior to bed, then that could also allow you to have a deeper night's sleep. As I mentioned to you before, the modern invention of the light globe, and even more recently of electronic devices, is having a really profound impact on our bodies, because we're being exposed to blue light and it's interfering with our body's circadian rhythm. So it's a really good practice to turn off and turn away from, switch off, put away all electronic devices for at least half an hour before bedtime, and then to set up some evening rituals and routines that can help your body to relax in the lead up to bedtime. I'll give you some suggestions for those shortly. I mentioned earlier the importance of exercise, and the reason for this is, the importance of exercise is to try and get outside and have a dose of sunshine, particularly early in the morning, because the exposure to sunshine increases our cortisol levels and our vitamin D levels. So those things will stimulate and energize us during the day, and then at the end of the day our melatonin levels will be sufficient to bring the onset of sleep to our bodies. So I talked last week about the importance of physical activity for overall health, but it's definitely an element of assisting us to get a better night's sleep as well. So what can you be doing in the lead up to bedtime? Do you have a little ritual or a routine to prime your body, or to signal to your body that it's getting close to bedtime? Or do you just go and then crash into bed and hope that your lights will turn out and you'll be asleep? I certainly know I need about an hour of wind down time after the stimulation, the mental stimulation of the day. So some ideas that you could consider for yourself are having a nice warm drink, a decaffeinated tea, or just some hot water with lemon in it, just to really soothe the body and to sit quietly in a space while sipping on your tea, start to wind down. Another great strategy is to have a nice warm bath or a shower to relax you. If you have a bath, it's a great idea to add Epsom salts, as they contain magnesium, and magnesium is also a mineral that our body requires to get a good night's sleep. And if you have essential oils in the home, such as lavender, you can add a few drops to your bath water as well, and that will help to relax you. Now, the bedroom setting is really important as well for a good night's sleep. Obviously, making sure that you are warm, you have a comfortable pillow and a comfortable mattress are all essential. But something you may not have considered is making sure that your room is completely dark. So if you were to go to your room tonight and have a look at any of the little lights that are still glowing in your room, that might be attached to an electronic device or a smoke alarm or from a street light outside, you'll notice that there's quite a lot of extra light in the room. So the more that you can do to eliminate those lights from your sleeping space, the better the signal is to your brain and your body that it's time to rest. So a little tip from Dr. Mark Hyman is that if you do have those electronic devices or smoke alarms with the little red lights, just get some black electrical tape and put a piece over the light so that it blocks it out. It's also great to remove electronic devices from your bedroom altogether if you don't have to have them in your room. And making sure that your bedroom is a cool temperature so that you can to rest comfortably without feeling unsettled is a great idea as well. I know playing peaceful music is a great tool for many people to help calm the monkey mind, to create an ambience of peace and relaxation. And there are a lot of great soundtracks available on YouTube, or you may have your own favourite playlist saved into your phone, or simply a CD that you can play in your room. It's a really great way for your body to get in tune with that wind down for bed. Even if you're playing it in the house as you're, packing away, locking up the doors, or perhaps you play it in your bedroom, playing some sounds of nature or some instrumental music, whatever appeals to you, could be another great tool that you can try. And finally, it is of great benefit to train yourself or to gain the skills in mindfulness or relaxation techniques. So whether that's something that you formally go to a class to learn, or you jump online and use an app such as Smiling Minds, or simply play a guided meditation from the internet. If you have the ability to train your mind to stay in the present moment, rather than writing that to-do list for tomorrow, or ruminating about things that you forgot to do today, or going over a conversation that you had with someone in your life that didn't quite go the way you wanted it to. If you are able to practice mindfulness and bring your mind into the present state and focus on your breath, that is a hugely beneficial tool for you to be able to gently fall asleep and for your mind to stay calm while you're resting. So if this is an area that you've been meaning to gain some more skills in, keep an eye on our Facebook page. I do intend on speaking about mindfulness. As a yoga practitioner of 25 years, I've gained a lot of benefit from mindfulness myself, and I would love to share some of those tips with you. I will probably be doing that one next week, so stay tuned, and I'll provide some links to some resources that can assist you with that area. Okay, so there's some great tips for you, probably about 15 of them. Don't feel that you have to go away and try them all at once. Take 3 or 4 of them, give them a try. Do remember that changing habits can take time. Traditionally, or research shows, at least a month of committed practice to changing a new habit is what's required. So don't give up after 2 nights. Also, recognise how much of the sleep interruption is within your control. If you try some of these strategies and you notice that they're not making any improvement, or you acknowledge in yourself that there are bigger issues impacting on your sleep, such as stressful events in your life, a past trauma, perhaps you're going through a period of grief, or you have noticed regular symptoms of anxiety and depression, then you need to get those aspects of your life addressed so that your sleep can be improved. So there are lots of ways that you can do that. One of those is that you can contact Women's Health and Wellbeing Services to arrange some counselling services. Our beautiful our beautiful psychologists will try and address the underlying issues and work with you on those, as well as your sleeping issues. So please make contact with our office if we can be of any assistance. And if you suspect that you have chronic insomnia or sleep apnea, which is where the airways close over and really restrict the breathing during the night, then it's recommended you seek support from your GP, because they can refer you to a sleep physician. So there are plenty of options out there to gain support if this is an area that you are really struggling with. Because as we know, it impacts on all areas of our life. Even one night of poor sleep can affect our alertness, our patience, our tolerance, and impact on our relationships, our ability to function at work. Everything gets impacted by one night's poor sleep. So if you're experiencing regular sleep disturbance, then it's going to be having impacts in all areas of your life, no doubt. So I wish you well with all of those ideas. I'm just going to reach forward and see if we have any questions from our audience. For some reason, I'm having trouble viewing them. Just bear with me one moment. Okay, I'm still learning all the technical aspects of these live videos. Hi Sue, thanks for joining me this morning, and hi to Emma and Mel. Oh, so I did have some followers. That's amazing. So no questions, just some cheery hellos. Look, if you've followed me today, I am really grateful that you've joined me live. However, this video will remain on our Facebook page and will also be streamed through our YouTube channel. So if it's been of benefit to you, I'd love you to share it. And if you have any suggestions that I didn't cover, then please send them in through our Facebook page, and we can share those if there's anything that would be of benefit to our members. So Women's Health and Wellbeing Services is still here to support our community. If there is anything that we can do during this time of social isolation and social distancing, we are still available over the phone, via email, and as I said, our website is up, and today's video is covered in a blog, in the blog section of our website. So you're very welcome to have a look at that, print it out, and put those ideas up on your bathroom mirror, on your fridge, in your diary, somewhere where you can refer to them and give them a go. So I wish you all the best with your sleep. Have a peaceful night's rest, and I hope that these ideas will bring some energy and vitality back into your life. Thanks for joining me. See you next time. Bye.